There's been a lot written and a lot said, but never from my side of the story.
Baz, it's awesome to be talking to you. My mother saw Elvis Presley in concert at TIFF, and she said, "Oh, Mark, this is the movie you got to see." And so now I get to chat with you about it. What a gorgeous looking movie. And this footage is incredible. Mr. Luhrmann, tell me about the discovery, how you found this footage, how you refurbished it. I mean, this looks incredible.
Well, I'm just thrilled that your mum told you to go and see it, you know. But I tell you what happened. I was making the Elvis film, and I heard from Ernst Jorgenstein, who's kind of the scientist of all things Elvis. He said, I think there might be missing reel. Maybe you could use it in the showroom, you know, to show audience. And we had some money to people go down to the salt mines in Kansas City, and literally Raiders of the Lost Ark style, they kick the door in and we find 67 reels. Only a film, not the sound. And so begins this journey of what do we do with it. It's the 1970 where he's at his peak, and the 16mm tour, and some 8mm we come into the position. And it was all about getting the sound back. And then one day we find this tape of Elvis just telling his story, and we think that's what we must do. Get out of the way. Just let Elvis tell and sing his story. Because it's always with Elvis talking heads, you know, which is nothing wrong, and bless their socks. But, you know, having some guy go, I put gas in his car and he looked at me and I wrote a book, you know, like more just have Elvis. And that's what we served. We served Elvis telling his story. Yeah, we feel privileged to come and see the material. There's so much more than we could use.
So, Mr. Luhrmann, what impressed you? I mean, you lived in this world for years, making the Elvis movie with Austin Butler, and then, of course, making Elvis Presley in concert, the documentary that's coming out. What impressed you the most about Elvis?
I think this round, I got to see that Elvis is funny and Elvis is kind and empathetic, and also just how he works as a musician. He literally sings all the lines, and he works with all the musicians, and he uses his body to conduct. And they have to watch him all the time. They never know what he's going to do. And so you learn about those things. And I think there's that moment in the film where Elvis says, well, the image is one thing and the man is another. And I think I learned more about the man. And I think the audience do. They see amazing, almost godlike performances, but then they meet the man. And there's a very big paradox between Elvis, the onstage god, and Elvis, the man, who's just super, super polite and humble and very insecure, really. He's so secure on stage and a little bit insecure off stage.
Camera crew, gentlemen. All right.
It's coming closer. I feel like I'm slipping away.
Play the hell out of it.
So, Luhrmann, there's one scene in the movie, you know, Elvis touched on social issues, political issues in a couple of his songs, you know, Walk a Mile in My Shoes, In the Ghetto. But then there's this scene where he's addressing reporters who ask, how come you don't talk about politics?
Yeah.
He says, I'm just an entertainer.
Yeah.
How did you reconcile that?
Well, I put it in there for that reason, because people often play that one clip. He says, I'm just an entertainer. What they don't really play is the next question, which is, what about other artists? Should they not talk about politics? And he basically says, no, of course they should. And then you see him sing like a song like Walk a Mile in My Shoes. You know, there are people on reservations and in the ghetto, but for the grace of God go you and I. Before you criticize and abuse, walk a mile in my shoes. Now, or in the ghetto, which the whole team were like, particularly the Colonel, do not sing that song. So if you want to know the truth about Elvis, he's not really a speech maker, but he does speak through the song choices. That's a place where no one got in the way of what Elvis sang. And so I think I just wanted to make that point, not hide from the fact that from his training early on with Colonel and all of that, you know, whether he would have or not, he was taught to be just an entertainer. But on stage, he did more than entertain. he spoke from his heart through music and song.
Feel my temperature
Hey, the light's on. I can see you. Hello out there. Hello. That's one of the secrets.